Good afternoon, I'm Kathleen Pate, and this is my Alabama Farm Life, and today I'm going to be unboxing and putting together a Hoover waxed beehive. I ordered this off of Amazon. It was a little over $200, and with Prime it was free shipping. So this is going to be a Hoover Hives 10 frame Langstroth beehive dipped in 100% beeswax. So the box includes 2 deep brood boxes that's 16 1/4 by 19 7/8 by 9 by 5/8, and 1 medium super, which is 16 1/4 by 19 7/8 and 6 by 5/8. It also includes 30 New Zealand pine frames and 30 Celtec food grade plastic foundations dipped in 100% beeswax. It also includes a wax-coated solid bottom board, a telescoping top cover, inner cover, and an entrance reducer. This set also includes an oval bee escape, a mouse guard, and a queen excluder that was on the very bottom. It was actually on the top of the box, however, I opened it up upside down. Everything that I needed to build this was in the box, and this is an incredibly neatly and tightly packed box. The instructions were also in the box, and they were on a small piece of paper, but they were detailed. But when I went to look for videos to give me a little bit more direction and to help me with the problems that I was having, I couldn't find any. I actually had a very long piece of video of me trying to get my first piece together. Now these are dovetail joints, and I actually had to go through and look at all the pieces and figure out which ones would go together the best way, or the best way evenly is what I should say. So once I figured that out, I got a piece of wood and a hammer, and I started banging the pieces together. And at first I was very gentle because I didn't want to break anything, and then I realized that I needed to toughen up, I needed to put some muscle behind it, otherwise these weren't going to work. Now this is my second piece, and I'm still struggling to get these pieces in properly, but eventually I figure it out. I finally found a piece that matched fairly well, and I got it in there mostly, but now it's time to really put some muscle behind it and get it in there tight. I was really afraid that I was breaking it, but it never did. It went in really well. I didn't have a mallet. Probably a mallet would have been better to use. And then also some of the wax started peeling off, and that was kind of upsetting too, but it was fine. Once I got it in place, I sat it on its side, and I wanted to make sure that was also even on the other side. I don't really know how to explain it, but I pounded it in, flipped it, and pounded it down to make sure that everything was even and snug and neat. By the time I got to the final board, it actually went in really quickly. I was almost a pro. This kit came with 2 different size nails. I'm going to pull out a bunch of the long ones, and we're going to use these to secure the kit and make sure that it stays strong and doesn't fall apart unnecessarily. This was actually a very easy part. I just followed the instructions for nail placement, and it went together very quickly and very easily. I feel like it took me forever to get this one frame put together, but the other 2 went together very quickly and I was done in no time. So now let's see if I can try my hand at putting together some of the frames. I've never done this before, so there was a little bit of a learning curve. I'm going to go ahead and get the small nails from the kit, and I'm going to go ahead and get these put together. I started off with the top piece of the frame and decided to pre-nail it, but you have to be really careful because the wood will split if you hit it too hard or in the wrong spot. I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom piece of the frame. I'm going to go ahead and pre-nail it also. The wood split a little on this bottom piece, so I'm going to try to be more careful when I'm hammering in those nails. With the top and the bottom piece pre-nailed, I'm going to go ahead and grab these side pieces. The widest piece is going to be for the top, as we see here, and I'm going to go ahead and nail those pieces together. Now this came with 2 sizes of frames. I've got the deep brooder box frames, and then I have the medium super frames. I'm going to be using the deep brooder box frames for this one. Now these have little grooves in them, so I'm just going to take the plastic foundation and slide them into the groove, and once I have it in there nicely set, I'm going to put the bottom piece on and I'm going to nail that together. I did learn through trial and error not to pre-nail the bottom piece. They kept cracking and I didn't want that to happen anymore, so I just put them all together and just nailed in the bottom piece, and it worked just fine and the cracking issue stopped. It took me most of the afternoon to finish up this project. I got the boxes all put together and I made 10 frames, and I'm very pleased with how this turned out. So I'm gonna say it just like Bunky at Bunky's Garden says, if I can do it, you can do it too. You guys have a great day.